I don't think the Protectorate can say it abolished the English monarchy when its form of rule lasted less than a decade. How does reigning jointly even work anyway? Your Majesty, can we have a biscuit? What have I told you, Parliament? Ask your king. But he said to ask you. That's it, you're on a timeout. I don't know why the royals have such a reputation for inbreeding. I mean, the last monarch to marry a cousin was... No, yeah, it was the current queen, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, well, never mind then. Welcome to A Brief History of the Past. I'm Kaelan and this is part 4 of the British Monarchy. This week we start in 1901 with the rule of King Edward VII. Now, while he only ruled for 9 years, he was loved by all. He was like England's fun uncle, you know. He would swing by and kind of take you out, horse racing and gambling, and while he made sweet, sweet love.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't take you out while he did that last part, because, you know, that would be weird. Edward did love his women, though. Aside from being married to the beautiful Alexandra of Denmark, with whom he had 6 children, he also had a host of mistresses. In fact, when he died, his wife brought his favourite mistress to his bedside to take her farewell. I'm not sure who was more of a gentleman, Edward or Alexandra.
The bro code has been around for centuries, nay, whatever's more than centuries.
Edward's first son, Edward, died, leaving his second son, George, to take over on the throne. Now, George was a navy man, never expected to be king, and unfortunately, once he was, it didn't have all the same elegance and social graces that his father's time on the throne did. You see, England, well, they were kind of dealing with World War I at the time, and also the Irish War for Independence. So, a lot of stuff to deal with. You know, one thing that George is remembered for was beginning the broadcast of the Royal Christmas speech, which continues to this day. In fact, I think we've got a clip from the first one.
Where's your Christmas spirit? That's better.
George's son, Edward, really? Really? Again with Edward? I mean, is it too much to ask for a Terry, right? A Charlie, a Jeff, even a Kaelan, King Kaelan, that rolls off the tongue. Rather nice, I feel.
Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
King Edward VIII had a very short run. He was infatuated with an American woman named Wallis Simpson, who was a divorcee, actually in the process of a second divorce, you know, and Edward, he wanted to propose, which, I mean, look, it would have been a tremendous step up for her, right? But, you know, the church, they were having none of that. So, like you do, Edward abdicated the throne and became the Duke of Windsor so that he could marry Wallis. Wait a minute. You know, this all sounds very familiar, almost as if someone like stole the story and sort of changed it up a bit so that no one would notice.
Excuse me, Sir Cedric.
Yes?
I do believe we found an heir.
John Goodman is.
You're not the kind of girl I'm used to. You can spell, you wear clothes to work.
As king, you are expected to marry a woman of noble birth.
Nah. It's probably just my imagination. Once Edward stepped down, the throne was taken over by his brother, George VI. Okay, you know what? There's really no excuse here. Okay, like Edward VII, George VI was actually born Albert, right? Which means that he took George as a regnal name when he ascended to the throne. Who chooses George? Honestly, who? George may stick out in your minds as he was portrayed by Colin Firth in The Kingsman as a sort of a badass spy who kind of takes out their entire church of crazies all by himself, just sort of, what? Yeah, what about the King's Speech? Wait, no, George is the king with the stammer. So he's not a spy then? Well, that actually it changes where I was going with this. George was shy and had a tremendous stutter that he overcame to announce to England that they was going to war. That's right. George's reign had to deal with World War II. And look, he and the Queen set a tremendous example. They stayed at Buckingham Palace throughout all of it, even while constantly being bombed by Nazis. You know, he even wanted to land with the troops on D-Day. Are you sure he's not the super spy from Kingsman? It sounds like he should have been.
Give me a far-fetched theatrical plot any day.
Aside from inspiring his fellow countrymen to punch Nazis, his reign actually saw the dissolution of the British Empire into an association of independent states known as the Commonwealth. Oh, the Commonwealth, eh? Looks like the ideas of the old Lord Protector are making a comeback.
No! 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 No!
Finally, we arrive at our final monarch, everyone. Queen Elizabeth II. Oh, come on. We're repeating queens now? I can count almost all the queens on one hand. How are we repeating names? Sorry for that outburst, everyone. I'm calm. I'm calm. I mean, is it not already bad enough that you keep, everything in the same bloody bloodline, but then you gotta go and name... Before she was queen, Elizabeth was heavily involved in the war effort during World War II, serving in the women's branch of the British Army. When her father died, she became queen of the 7 Commonwealth countries: Great Britain, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, South Africa, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Now, many of those territories will go on to, gain independence, reducing England's reach. The Queen herself, she actually holds a couple of records, the oldest and longest reigning British monarch. Some believe she will never die. Me personally, I believe that she's more machine now than queen.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
Well, queen or machine, she still remains ever popular with the people of England. There you have it, everyone. We've gone through every single British monarch, and now I need a vacation.
A vacation from my problems!
Tune into the next episode where we get into the history of Jack the Ripper, serial killer, or just crazy shredder on the guitar. Probably that first one, actually. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a share. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified when more brief history of the past videos go up. Thanks, and I'll see you all in the future. Join us on our next episode when we talk about the history of history. Yeah.